Okay, we should be live. I'm going to check we're live because I don't want to mess up. Welcome, everybody. As you can see, it's Capcom time. Let me check we're all good. I think we're all good. Got quite a few people in the chat already. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hopefully you can. Once we get into the showcase, of course, let me know if you can't hear anything and I will adjust accordingly. But here we are. Hello to quite a few people. We have Salvador here, we have Games with T, we have Jason Parker, we have Brian from Without Parole in the chat, which is very kind of him to be there. Hello, Brian. We have Distract, we have Bit of Power 666, we have Andrew Ehrenreich, who I believe, if I remember right, is tuning in from work, so thank you for being here. Hello, Looper, hello, Ace Hercules, hello, Soprano, hello, Bit Mappy. Evening, everybody. How's your day been? Let me know how your day's been. Mine's been pretty good. What you been up to? For me, I woke up, I played the new GT7 update for tomorrow's video, and then I went to CF1 at the local IMAX, and I really enjoyed it. And then just upgraded my setup, so I got a new monitor, and been testing that out, and that's been my day. So how's yours been? Anything interesting? Let me know. Let's Go Resident Evil says it's free VR real estate. I agree. I don't know if we're going to get any confirmation here. Just straight off the bat, my expectations. Because if Sony have paid for a PSVR2 mode for this, probably they want to announce it themselves. But we never know. Capcom could surprise us. But ultimately, I think what we get out of this will be at least some new gameplay. Or some gameplay at all. Because I think what we've seen so far is just kind of like, it's technically gameplay, but it's a bit cinematic. But I think, yeah, hopefully today we'll shine a light on some more gameplay elements, playable people, and weapons, enemies. Some of the monsters in the last trailer we saw were kind of crazy, so I'm excited to kind of get in and see all of that. But yes, I want to see some more Pragmata. Awesome. What's happening with Resident Evil 9? It'll be shown off here, apparently. I don't know in what capacity, but yes. It shall be, yeah. Alt Action Gaming, welcome. Welcome. My partner went and got the Switch 2 Piranha Plant camera for the Switch 2. It's shocking. Like, video quality-wise, it's shocking, bit of power. Or, like, it's shocking because it's so cool, because it's a Piranha Plant. For me, I'm not in the Switch 2 ecosystem just yet. If they come out with a Switch 2 Lite, I'll be tempted. But right now, I'm with my Switch 1 and my Steam Deck and my DS and my really old Game Boy. I say really old. A lot of you probably don't class that as really old, so sorry about that. But I do love the Game Boy. But mostly on my Steam Deck at the moment. Capcom loves us, Bitmappy. I hope they do, man. Hope they do, because if they do, they'll have something for us here. But we never know. I'll take RESI9 VR over RESI9. Really? You're good with going back instead of going forward. I would like both. But no, yeah, that's fair. RESI9 back on PSVR 1 was an awesome experience. As much as I hated doing it when I was, I'm trying to think what age. So PSVR 1 was what, 10 years ago now was its release year? So I got it when I was, no, that's not right. Is that right? Was it 9 years ago? Did I really get one when I was like 12? Doesn't feel like it. But I did. I got one on launch year. And I tried the Resident Evil 7 demo first, and I didn't get through it, and my hatred of VR horror started there. But it's turned into a love of VR horror, because now I play a lot of VR horror titles, and they're great. The camera's cool, but it's 480p. Okay. I see. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool design, but how much was it? Because for the price, I feel like it should be higher quality than 480p, right? You're looking hot there, Jammy. Thank you in both the ways that you mean that. But yeah, it's been a warm day a little bit. Better than yesterday. The bottom floor's basically underground in your house, so it's cold, I imagine, down there. Nice. I wish I had that. Here, it's just been very, very hot. But today, again, yeah, today's not been as bad as yesterday. It's been quite windy today, but I have been outside for summer today, so it's been not too bad. It's cooled me down a bit. But inside, yeah, I've been having to sleep with the fan on basically every single night in the last couple of days. And the last week, it's been so hot. I think it's meant to hit like 30 degrees again here. All the Americans listening to this are just going to be like, what is he talking about? Shut up, that's not hot. But here in the UK, it is. Resi 9 support depends on if the open world rumors are true. I agree, yeah. I think if it's open world, like Monster Hunter, that'll be too intensive, potentially. If it's not open world, And it seemed from the last trailer that it's not. We had like some really linear corridors, and like apparently Raccoon City is just the start of the game. But I don't know how accurate that is. All this is like could be complete bollocks. But yeah, I don't think they bother with VR with an open world either. Which is why I think if that doesn't happen, we get them to make Resident Evil 7 again. If RESI9 comes to PSVR2, do you think the immersion will be similar to Resi 4 VR, Resi 8 VR? Resi 8, I think, because this is meant to be a first-person game primarily, right? So I think this will be more like Resi 8, where we have more like first-person cutscenes, and we have like, you know, the coat jacket where you can take your flashlight out, whatever. The protagonist here, is it Grace is the protagonist in this game? Whatever she has. I reckon that'll be stored in stuff like that. Is your AC not working? We don't have AC here in the UK, really. Some houses do, some newer ones, and some people can get ones that you buy and then they kind of filter out of the window. But my windows here are not really big enough for that, so I just kind of sit and melt. I do have quite a big tower fan, but it gets to a point sometimes when it's like 30 degrees that it's just blasting hot air at you. Like, it doesn't really help. Yeah, Bitmappy's got it right. Aircon's not the norm. Unfortunately, I wish it was. We need Resi 1 VR. I feel like every Resi game probably has its fans that want it in VR, which is very, very fair enough. Adam says Saints and Sinners on PSVR 2 is my favorite. Great game choice. You prefer Chapter 1 or Chapter 2? Let me know. Resi 9 has both first and third person mode from third? Apparently I said that with an F. Third? Third person mode from what I've heard. Yeah, so it should have both. So we should get that Resi 8 VR mode. If we get VR at all, you know. Everyone tell Jammy to fill in for Miles on tomorrow's Gamecast. You need only ask, Brian. I should be free. Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm on Cross Button tomorrow. We're recording that episode. If you don't know Cross Button, they're a great VR podcast. And Games with T, who's in the chat right now, does that. So I'm on Cross Button tomorrow, but I think that's before we usually do Without Parole. So fill in for Miles tomorrow, Jammy. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Let me know if you still don't have that tomorrow, Brian. I'll be right there. Just check my thermostat is 38 degrees in my place right now. So are you in America, bit of power, or are you in the UK? So is that like 38? I feel like is that, I don't know. Are you feeling hot in that temperature, or is it because it's like ambient temperatures and it's not as bad? Because it's quite humid here in the UK. I'm asking Miles is in France or somewhere ridiculous. Well, that's good that he's enjoying France, hopefully. But yeah, no, I'm down. I'll be there. Let's do it. Yeah. Oh, always a good time. I'll be there. Have them both. Yeah, no. If Miles wasn't in France, maybe. Yeah, I should be. You picked a good like week. Next month things are getting a bit hectic, but only in a couple of the weeks there. But yeah, tomorrow's all good. UK, I mean 28. 28, yeah. It does feel like that. I feel like it might... Let's see what my weather app's saying. Weather's saying 18 degrees right now, which for like 10:30 at night in the UK is kind of crazy. Actually, I don't think it's updated. No, 18, yeah. No, 14. Bloody hell, Apple weather. What's going on? That still feels a bit too hot when everything's like, you know, humid. That's the main thing. I found it in Japan as well when I went there. It was like... All the buildings there have AC, so it's great. But when you step outside, it is so humid. Like, your face feels like it's sticking to itself. Yeah, no worries, Brian. I'll be there. Hopefully we'll have some Resi 9 news to talk about. Yeah, hopefully. At least, even if it's not PSVR2 news, right? Then hopefully it's something that's, like, gameplay related. We can dissect. I also got to ask you guys... Are there any other games that you really want to see here? I've seen other people say Pragmata, right? So I'll probably watch the entire thing. I was thinking maybe if Resident Evil 9 is first, then I'll just watch that and call it a day and go to bed. But we'll watch it all. Hit that like button, says GameCat Andrew Aaronrack. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That would be appreciated. All I'm saying is Resi 2 remastered. That really worked my brain for a second then. Would be amazing. If some independent modders can do it, then Sony certainly can do it. Or Sony can certainly do it. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I've not played Resi 2, so I don't know. But if the modders have done it, it's surely fine for a port. But, again, it's money, isn't it? It's all about money. Things are going to cost money and not make money, then it's not going to happen. Code Veronica remake. Yeah, global warming. Oh, that's what's killing me right now. Go look at Climate Station on PSVR2 and you can see why I'm cooking right now. What's going on with Aces of Thunder? Any news, good or bad? No news, at least from what I know. I think they're just kind of polishing that up, to be honest, because it's not like it's been a couple months since the creator hands-on Steam, and all the creators said it needs some more time to cook, but it's got good foundations. So hopefully we can get that, you know, in a good place, and then yeah, it will come out. Might be paired out with the new Capcom fighting game. Yeah, possibly. Hello, Fat Controllers. Welcome. I'm really worried about the performance of RESI9 and Pragmata, to be honest. Like, in terms of frame rate, I feel like Resi games are pretty well optimized. Pragmata, I'm not sure about. I'd love to see a VR mode for the eventual Dino Crisis remake. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Holy shit. I'd be on that. I'm a big dinosaur fan. Seeing the new Jurassic World next week. There's a lot of cinema trips at the moment. It was F1 today, Jurassic World next week, then Superman, and then Fantastic Four at the end of the month, I think. Do you platinum games, says Scarlet Raider? Not really. I mean, some I do just by playing them. Like Helldivers 2, I platinum. Spider-Man 2, I platinum just because I enjoyed being in those worlds and playing those games and doing the challenges. But I'm not really a trophy hunter at all. If I play a story game and I enjoy the story, I'm not going to go back and play it again just to get trophies, because I feel like I've enjoyed the story in that capacity, and that's it. You know, I don't want it to outstay its welcome. Is Xbox VR for Xbox, or is it just the look? That's the Quest 3S talking about, right? Yeah, it's just for the look, really. It's a normal Quest 3S with Game Pass included, so you can stream games to it. But it's not like... something in my eye. It's not like you can plug it into your Xbox and it'll work like PSVR2 does with the PS5. It's not for that. It's more just like a branding thing. It does look visually sick, though. Like, the actual design, I was tempted to pick one up, but then I bought my new monitor, which is I'm pointing to over here, but kind of off screen. I'm really happy with it. It's 1440p, and I've not played 1440p PC games before, so I'm just going through my entire Steam library and just seeing everything in a new light. But yeah, it's basically, yeah, it is a cool design. Almost got me to buy it, but I didn't. Maybe get out the sauna that you're clearly in. I wish I could, but I can't. I'm stuck. What do you think about using Climate Station as a basis for a new PSVR2 home? Man, I wish. Talked about this a lot in the Climate Station video where we like kind of went through the experiences, but even though the resolution of that game isn't like the highest we've ever seen, just having that environment would have been really cool. When you boot up your PSVR2, there you go, you're in. You've got a 3D environment that you can kind of just chill in. You can play flat screen games on a big screen. It doesn't need to be like a virtual cinema environment like Big Screen has in its IMAX theater. Don't need to have that. That would be awesome though as an option, but just that thing they've made would be cool to give yourself some presence when you load into VR. Maybe have a couple of your games scattered around that you can go and pick up, or you can do something. It will require a bit of a rework of the main system, because when you boot up into PSVR 2, your headset doesn't recognize your play space immediately, I'm fairly sure, because when you load into a game, then it goes into pass-through, and then it looks at your play space and sees where everything is. At the start of it, you really just have, like, you don't really have any depth, but you do have tracking in terms of gyro, if that makes sense. So it would take some re-rigging and stuff, but yeah, that'd certainly be doable by Sony if they had the time or effort, and I wish they did, but I don't think they do at the moment. But like, they made it now, so just put that bloody environment into something for PS Home. Whether it's either PS Home, like classic PS Home, like a social environment, or just environment for us to go and chill in while we play games. Either I'd be happy with them. Okay, anyway, I waffled on about that a little bit. Jammy, do you think we will ever see a game like Chivalry 2 or Helldivers 2 in VR in the next decade? Says Brass Lantern. Decade, maybe. Chivalry 2, I know the Swordsman devs are working on something like a PvP sword fighting game. It's not going to be as in-depth or visually striking as Chivalry. Chivalry's a great-looking game. But like in terms of gameplay, that's going to be kind of similar. But in the next decade, I could definitely see something like that, you know. I mean, in an ideal world, so Sony would see Arrowhead's success with Helldivers and then ask them to do something VR related for it, whether it's an experience where you can go and do more linear missions against bugs or something like that. But yeah, it's Sony, man. I don't know. But yeah, in the next 10 years, I'm sure we'll get some stuff like that. The optimization of RESI9 and Pragmata, you're worried about Ace Hercules. Okay. Yeah, I mean, RESI9 I think will be alright, but Pragmata, I don't know. Ace of Thunder is a new Undead Citadel. Yeah, we're waiting for a while. Gonna have to wait for a little while longer. Jurassic Park or Ark Park good for VR? I don't quite know what you mean there, but Jurassic Park, the game's fun if you like Jurassic Park. It's a bit shit if you don't like Jurassic Park, so you don't get many of the references, and like it's just a bit of an Alien Isolation ripoff. But if you're a fan of the franchise, it's fun. The new kayak level was a bit disappointing and a bit pricey. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I really liked it. It was a break of pace from the rest of them, but it wasn't one where you could kind of just go round and around again like you can with the others. You kind of get into an end area that is open, but you are stuck, which I didn't like as much. But visually, I really liked the caves, and I love the downhill. So I did enjoy it, but yeah, I get you. Yeah, there's some other areas in that Kayak VR Mirage DLC that I didn't go to, which I'll have to revisit as well. So there's a bit of replay value there, but I understand what you mean. PokerStars is a great game if you want to chill seat and have a good laugh playing poker. Yeah, I haven't tried that actually, because it originally came out in the US and I didn't make a US account when it was called something else. It was called... Or is it called something else now? And it was called PokerStars before. It was called Vegas Infinite. And I didn't play it then, but I should probably now. Why do they delay VR announcements? Games are complicated to make, and sometimes you don't reach targets, unfortunately. What time is it starting? It's starting in 15 minutes, so we're getting there now. Contrary to what my little clock down here says, which is, you can't see it because my face is in the way. Never mind. In the bottom right of my screen, I've got the clock on my PC goes faster for some reason, so I'm now 3 minutes ahead of time. It goes faster very slowly though, so over time I'll be a couple of minutes off and I'll be like, what's going on? But yeah, we got about 15 minutes, 40 minutes now. Umbra Racing, I know it's not VR, but any thoughts on that Oscar Lando crash? Just Lando having a bit of head loss and going for a gap that wasn't really there. I do like Lando as a driver, though. This is F1, for those who don't watch F1. Yeah, Lando's a great driver. He's quick. On his good days, he's fantastic. And on his good days, I believe he can match or beat Oscar fairly easily. But it's just the mental, isn't it? Looking forward to this weekend in Austria, though. And then I'm going to Spa next month for the Belgian Grand Prix. I'm really excited for that. So... I went to Suzuka earlier this year, and that was amazing, and then Spa. And then I did plan to go to Qatar at the end of this year, but with the situation that's going on over there, I'm not anymore, I don't think. But yeah, Spa's going to be cool. But yeah, Oscar and Lando, it'd be a fun to watch for the rest of the season. Lando's fault for that crash, though. How crazy would it be if they announced Resident Evil 7 remastered with VR support and Resident Evil 9 VR support? I think my head would explode. Between those two, I'll put my money on RESI9, because... I'm pretty sure that Resident Evil 7 got a new edition on PS5 or a PS5 upgrade, and that didn't have VR support, which kind of sucks. But no, it would be cool. Like, have both of those. That would blow my mind. Yeah. I'm hoping small though for this. I'm gonna just, you know, be like Resident Evil 9. I'm happy. I'll be happy. You only need to specify US address to make a US account. No credit card needed. Yeah, I remember it's out in the UK now, so I can get it. But when it came out, it was only US. Same with Gorilla Tag, I think. And it did actually... I spoke to Brian. I don't know if you remember this, like a while ago, ages ago, when PokerStars came out, possibly, or some game came out. And he talked me through the steps of making a non-region locked account, whatever, or a region-specific account. And I just needed to do it, and I just didn't because I'm lazy. But yeah, I know the steps. He's been very clear in how to do it. So at some point I will, but not now. But I can get PokerStars, at least. Yeah, Resi 7 needs to absolutely happen. Yeah, I know so many people miss out on it because it's PSVR 1 locked. Like, honestly, if you want to play Resi 7 VR and you haven't got a PSVR 1, go find one for like secondhand. Give it a go clean when you get it, but get it like 50 quid here in the UK. It's not very much. And just set up that PS camera, get your DualShock out, and just play it because it's great. Ace Hercules, talking about Stellar Blade there. The PC port came out, yeah. It's running poorly because of a memory bandwidth issue. Hopefully they can get that patched up. I think they talked about optimization for that game the other day, right? Bitmappy says, have you seen F1 the movie? Yeah, I just got back from seeing it. I saw it on IMAX today. I was going to go all the way up to Manchester to go see it because it's... The IMAX there is the View Printworks, and it's the second biggest screen in the country. But if you're into your cinema stuff, F1 is shot in 191 as a ratio, not 143 by 1 or whatever. So it fills the entire 16:9 screen. So your monitor or whatever, it would fill that. But for an IMAX screen like the Viewprint works, which is a massive square, it's huge, it's like 50 by 80 feet, it doesn't fill that. So I didn't want to make that trip to see a film that doesn't fill it because it's not the right aspect ratio. I get really nitty gritty into this when I'm talking about like virtual cinema environments as well in VR. When people say, "Oh, I've got an IMAX cinema, 70mm IMAX cinema in VR," and it's not really because it's 191. It's the wrong aspect ratio. But F1 is shot in 191, so most IMAX, well, all IMAX cinemas will have the right ratio for it. The sound's great, soundtrack good as well. Hans Zimmer's done a really good job there. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like it was a fantastic movie. It was cheesy and kind of silly, but I did like it, and for cinematography wise, it was great. You're going to Spa? Yeah, I am. Umber Racing. I am. Your favorite track of all time? Yeah, honestly, if you can get yourself down there, I think I did. We're doing the whole trip down to Brussels and then getting the bus. And I think it's under like 500 quid the whole trip. Which like you can't go to Silverstone for that money. You know what I mean? We're not really talking about VR here anymore, but it's okay. It's more of a chill stream. It's fine. But yeah, like, yeah, I'd say get down there if you can for anything. For F1 would be great as well. We're in general admission as well, and there's some good spots you can go to. For me, Suzuka is my favorite track, but Spa is close second. Spa is just fantastic. Wish I was better at Spa though. Anyone experienced the haptic F1 movie trailer Apple released? Is that something I can watch on my phone that it does like the phone haptics? Because they have haptics for music now with Apple Music. And that's really cool. Or is that like a Vision Pro thing? Man, watching that at Vision Pro would be cool. Yeah. Is the Yucatan DLC worth a stab? Only I've heard it's a bit too dark visually. It is darker, but you should go into your settings and turn on night exposure in your settings in Kayak. And that basically is there to help creators get a clean image, but it also boosts up the gamma, so you'll be able to see a lot more. So I'd recommend turning that up. It's going to be a reveal of RESI9 coming to PSVR2 end of next year. I would take that, to be honest. GameCat, Rambo, Gizmo. I would take that, man. As long as it's coming, I would just hold off. I would avoid all spoilers and just go in when it's out. Bitmap, you're going to see it in IMAX? Yeah. It's a good IMAX experience. Yeah. I won't be surprised if they announce another 1 or 2 remakes if it's the 30th anniversary. Is it the 30th anniversary? I didn't know that. It probably says that somewhere here, doesn't it? Being stupid. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. I like Lando too. I'm just hoping he can clear his head and focus on consistency going forward, because he certainly has the pace to beat Piastri. I agree with that. In today's interview in Austria, he seemed to be more in the headspace where he should be right now. He was accepting his mistakes, but he wasn't beating himself up too much. But yeah. Bit of power. The film it's authentic to F1 in that all of the shots, pretty much, all of the on-track action are from the onboards. But they're onboards with special cameras filmed for IMAX. So it's really clean looking, it's really good looking. There's some specific shots where they've shot it with the Mechachrome F2 car that's made up to look like an F1 car in their own time. But a lot of these are just real racing shots. So everything you're seeing is authentic. The story and the writing is a little bit iffy, but everything on track is shot, properly. And they've shot out all the circuits. It's not like the Gran Turismo movie, which I did enjoy to an extent, but that was meant to be Le Mans, and it was shot on the Hungaroring, which made no sense. But this is all shot where it should be. So yeah, it's authentic, but it's silly. Is what I would say. The phone rumbles. That's cool. That's cool. You're a Ferrari fan. It should be rooting for Hamilton, but Norris is more likable. I gotta disagree there. I like Hamilton. I like Leclerc as well. So when Hamilton joined Ferrari, I'm just like set. I'm a Ferrari fan. If I could walk over there, my Ferrari cap sitting over there, my Ferrari gloves and my Ferrari shirts up there, yeah, I'm a Ferrari fan, yeah. I was a little disappointed with the games Sony announced a couple of days ago, but they still look good. I think that was also linked to all the controversy with Beat Saber, saying Sony is done with PSVR2. I don't know whether it's a reactionary thing, to be honest. I don't know if Sony really do that. Maybe. But yeah, I get it. Like, they weren't massive AAA games. I'm excited for the genres they're bringing. Like, Meteoria looks cool, and the RTS tabletop game looks sick as well. So I'm excited for. I look forward to that. And Dreams of Another looks really unique, but I understand they're not going to appeal to everybody. And it's not even the case if there might be one of those 4 games that you'll want to play, because for some people they don't want to play any of them. That's fair. But it was, it was a cool little announcement that they put out, so I'll take what I can get. Code Veronica and Resi Zero is definitely get a remake, but probably flat, but still exciting. Yeah, I didn't really consider, like, are they counted as spin-off games, I guess? Like, would those really be candidates for VR support? It would be kind of strange if they kind of threw those out there and just went, they're also in VR, there you go. That could be cool. I didn't consider that. Kite needs a sale on the DLC. $13 New Zealand dollars each for what is essentially a course we should have had in the base game. It's nuts. Early adopters end up paying more. That's a good point. If you're an early adopter and you bought these DLCs one by one, you're paying more than the complete edition now. It's now out. So that's a good point, Distract. Yeah. I didn't think about that. What about the Until Dawn movie? I honestly forgot that came out. I'm going to be honest. I forgot that came out. From what I heard, it was all Until Dawn just in name, really. And like this the general plot, but not linked to the games, right? It was like its own story. Nice real life locations. Yeah, the F1 movie does have those they have those real life locations. That's one thing about the film, like everything looks authentic. And you get like there are certain characters who are in the pit crew who will basically like they have proper lines, they have proper little arcs, and you get to kind of experience their story as well, which I found cool. So you'll also, you know, get a few scenes with the technical director and your spawning director and your pit crew and stuff. So it gave little time to all of them, which I think was cool. PlayStation Plus 15th anniversary, yeah, it is. But I wasn't really too, I don't know, it didn't really blow me away with the 15th anniversary PS Plus stuff, to be honest. I just kind of saw that, went, oh, and then booted up Steam and looked at the the Steam sale instead, and I was like, oh, this is much better sale. This is much better. But I get it. It's like a small thing for PS Plus users, which is nice. But yeah, Ferrari fan here too, Jammy. Yeah, Jason Parker, get in, mate. Having a shitter of a season, aren't we? Really? Well, not really. We're in third, but like with all the promise of this rework that was meant to come to the car this season, it's not gone well. But we have a new floor this weekend. Suspension is delayed from what we hear, but we'll see. We'll see. Bit of power. You did a pit stop on a Ferrari F1 guy. You did the fuel pipe. That's sick, man. Because I've been to Ferrari World in Spain, and I saw the pit stop like kind of thing set up they have there, and they have them at the tracks as well. Suzuka, they had the pit stop challenge, but they all have massive queues, and they're not really. They're kind of authentic, but not really. But that sounds sick. The one that you did. That's cool. I want Charles to get a world championship. Me too, man. And Hamilton to get his 8th. Yeah, Umber Racing, I'm with you on that 100%. As a PSVR2 content creator, were you honestly pissed about GT's post? No. You know what? Like, it's the thumbnail. As Games with T is put in the, I'm gonna get rid of the music now because we're about to start. As Games with T has just said, it's the thumbnail more than the content of the video. It's just how the YouTube game is played, unfortunately. I do the same thing. Like, I will put the saturation up and put like big words and big stuff on the thumbnail to get people to click. It's simply how the YouTube game is played. And that will annoy people, and it just does. That's how it works. And you cannot do that, but then your videos will do worse. It's a silly little loop. But it's nothing on him for that, really. You know. Yeah, his video made valid points. I get if you're pissed about the thumbnail. I get if you're pissed about the video. I'm personally not. I agree with a lot of what he said, but yeah. There's been a lot of divisive. It's been a lot more divisive than I thought, really, that video that he put out, but it is what it is. He's got some opinions. He's entitled to them, and I agree with a lot of his points. I disagree with a couple, but that's just how life goes. I don't like cars in real life. I don't like to drive, but I love to drive in VR. That's completely valid. I'm not going to lie. Before I passed my driving test, I was the same. Like, I could still drive before my driving test, but only with other people, and I didn't really like it then. But then once I got into VR, it kind of helped, if that makes sense. We believe it's past your bedtime. Cross button calling me out here. It is. I'm going to be straight to bed after this, man. It's been a long day. Hello, Corey Reviews. Welcome. Scott Lee Clayton says, I'm not saying he had a point, it's that the thumbnail and clickbait annoyed me. Thumbnails matter. They do matter, yeah. But I understand where he's coming from with that thumbnail to try and get people to engage with it. It's just how it works. But I 100% hear you on that. Yeah. There's not really much else I can say, really. Deafening for me anyway. Hopefully that's alright for you guys, volume-wise. Fucking hell. We had the fuel record time for the pit stop on the day. The fuel pipe was simulated weight, but not real fuel. It's bloody heavy, but the wheel guns are all the real deal. That's so cool, man. I'd love to do that. That's really nice. What would you recommend bringing to an F1 event? I'm going to Monza later this year and was curious. I'm going to a live GP first time ever. Suzuka was my first time ever. And look where we're going. We're going. Countdown. But yeah, Suzuka was my first time ever. Just bring a water bottle. I think you can bring water in the bottle if it's a clear container. Stay hydrated because it's going to be probably hot. It's depends on the track. Like some will have food as well you can get, but you don't have to bring food technically. Bring a mat to sit on, padding. If you're sitting in general admission, padding underneath you is a big one. If you're into photography, bring your cameras and stuff. You know, to have a research of the track as well, what amenities they offer, I would say.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Capcom Spotlight.
Hello, Capcom. I'm going to turn you up a little bit.
For today's show, we'll be covering updates to games that are out now, plus new info on upcoming titles.
Damn, there's a lot of
behind-the-scenes info from our developers.
There's a lot of F1 fans here in
the
chat. That's great. Glad to see you. You've not missed anything, Chrome Colossus. It's just starting. You came out at the right time. Hello, Foveated Rendering Game Cat.
The future.
Hello, Not Sure Rondo. Welcome.
It's a promise. One we're turning into reality.
This seems like a PlayStation ad.
With our third generation of Luna filament and advanced generative AI,
hydration.
We're reshaping the line between dreams and reality.
This was revealed a little while ago, whatever this is, right?
Life.
Honestly.
For our future. Delphi Corporation.
Yeah, is this Pragmata? I can't remember. This is a game. We've seen this before. Hello, Salvador.
That getting passed through to Earth. And why are these things trying to kill us?
Yeah, Pragmata, yeah. Hey, Scott Dracula. Here we go.
There you are. All better.
Is this the same trailer as last time?
You patched me up.
Well, so final predictions, everybody. Actually, wait, I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll. Can I make a poll? I can make a poll.
Whoa, hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something?
I'm gonna say PSVR2 support, question mark.
Get behind me.
Yes.
I think I can help.
No. Go vote. This is for RESI9, by the way. PSVR2 support, yes or no?
Identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize us?
I want to see what you guys think.
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through.
Gameplay for Pragmata looks pretty cool.
Bypassing first and second firewalls, hooking control protocols. Initiating hack.
Yeah, it is the same trailer though.
Hey, D.I.
I said I am D.
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
I bet yes, but no announcement here. Okay, yeah. Everyone's thinking PSVR2. Oh, not revealed tonight. Fuck, I should have done another option. You can put yes, and it can be revealed later. I'll take that. I'll take that. If you want to say yes, but revealed later, that's okay. I'll give you a pass.
Introducing Capcom's newest IP, Pragmata. An all-new science fiction action
I'm the resident pessimist. I mean, that's fair. Like, I don't think... I think there's a chance we don't get it at all.
It's been a while
I'm the same as you, but I'm hopeful that maybe we do.
We're excited to have the game ready for you in 2026. Today, we will go over some of the unique points.
Right, this is all new, right? This is, we've not seen any of this before.
Encountering an android with a heart. You play as Hugh Williams, a member of a team sent to investigate a lunar research facility that's lost contact.
New poll, please.
When a lunar quake strikes, Hugh is separated from the
I
team.
can't change my vote, Jammy. You're fucked up. It's fine. It's
He
fine.
finds himself
It's
saved by
it was an
Diana,
experiment.
an
And
android
okay,
girl.
new poll. Okay, new poll. Fuck. Okay, we're ending the poll. We're making a new poll.
Now they must work together to return to
Okay.
Earth.
Okay. Wait.
Hugh,
I can add another
a
option.
bit
Okay.
sarcastic, but a kind soul.
Okay.
And Diana, a curious and enigmatic
I'm
android.
fixing it, everyone. I'm fixing it.
This is how an unlikely adventure
okay.
between a human
Okay,
and
go.
android
New poll.
begins.
New poll.
A mix of puzzle and
What was a new poll
action.
feed?
In Pragmata, combat begins with disarming the enemy's armor. Otherwise, you will find it difficult to inflict any real
Yes, not
damage.
announced tonight is winning by a big margin. I see
This
we're
is
all
where Diana comes in.
kind of on the same wavelength for that.
Let's use her hacking ability on this enemy. Moving the cursor
But yeah, after
through
a
the
puzzle
panel,
mid-combat, I'm good.
you'll take down their armor. And now
What's the question,
it's
bro?
Hugh's turn.
Oh fuck, I didn't put a
Take
question.
aim at the enemy's
Oh, I
weak
keep
point.
messing up.
Passing through
Question
more
is
lunas
Resident Evil
increases damage,
9
and
PSVR2
the
support.
enemy's
That's the
armor
only question for
stays
today.
exposed for longer.
There you go.
With an arsenal of unique weapons,
Still falling
take
apart.
on the rampaging bots.
Everyone just vote yes. No, vote what your
enemy
heart
will
tells
you
you.
hack first? What weapon will you use?
Don't lie.
Thinking on the
There we
fly
go,
in
mate.
the
Calls
heat
himself a
of combat,
content creator.
and how you handle
I have
a
no clue what the fuck I'm
multi-sided
doing half the
situation
time. You
will
know
be key for
that.
success.
He's asking if chocolate buttons will
We
be featured
can't
during the
wait for
show.
you to
He's
try
hungry.
this
I am a
compelling
little
new
bit.
combat system.
Everyone wants me to deliver them to me.
The AI-controlled lunar research station.
I won't say no.
In Pragmata, your
I
adventures
didn't listen.
take
That's
place
okay,
at a
Soprano.
lunar
Don't worry.
research station.
It's my fault.
They are researching a new material that can be
Yes, by
used
the way,
to
okay.
3D print almost
So
anything,
55% yes, not
from
announced tonight. But
microchips
28% of yes
to
announced tonight.
cars and
19%
giant
no.
structures. Now, however, the lunar research
I just want to see
station
him
seems
gameplay. I want to see
void
some
of human
enemies.
activity.
You know?
Only the lifeless world and the AI remain.
The world building of
Use
this
your
game looks
thrusters
sick,
to
by the
move
way.
around the lunar research station.
I like the design of
You will
everything. It's a bit
also need to hack
Starfield-y.
the systems blocking your progress.
Even though I didn't like quite a few parts of Starfield,
By
I like the
combining their
design.
abilities, Hugh and Diana can explore this world together.
Won't want to confuse anyone with VR announcement. Will come after release, fingers crossed. Do you think people
Pragmata
would really
will
be
available
confused
on
with that
PlayStation
mode?
5, Xbox Series
Genuinely, I don't want to be like,
X,
oh, you really think so?
and Steam.
No, I'm genuinely asking, like, you think that'd be a
This
thing of
summer.
confusion?
We'll also have
Or,
public hands-on for Pragmata.
That?
Experience the gameplay
When will
you
come
just
out
saw
when
firsthand,
there is releasing the yes?
including the thrilling
Thanks, Darth. Thanks
combination
for
of puzzle and action combat.
Games with T. Have a good bedtime, mate. I'll drop you a line if it does get
We are
announced for
looking
VR.
forward to many more events where you can
I'll
get
drop you a
your
line if it
hands on
doesn't.
Pragmata.
Real question is, RESI9 will even be here? I think it's confirmed to be here, yeah.
Please
wanna
look
say.
out for more information on Pragmata on our official social channels.
This whole show is
website,
going to be about
and
40 minutes, by
stores.
the way, so we're going to go till probably like 20 to 12.
And don't forget
VR
to
mode in
follow
development at the end.
and to
And
add
that'd be the
Pragmata
perfect.
to your wish
Like,
list.
honestly, that'd be the perfect thing, I think, for now. Would just be VR mode in development. Just like with Resi 4. It's going to shadow drop. I wish. I
Check out
fucking
the latest
wish.
trailer for Sagat.
番組をご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。
Hello.
ストリートファイター6のディレクター中山です。
As long as PSVR2 isn't at the end and then removed, or like Secret of the Mimic.
6月
Yeah,
5
hopefully
日
not.
に Nintendo Switch 2にもストリートファイター6を発売すること
Yeah,
が
they
で
had
きま
Resident
した
in the preview clip in the
より多
beginning,
くの
yeah.
方々にゲー
If
ム
we have a
を
deep
遊ん
dive
でい
into
た
it
だい
like
て
that,
開
like
発
we
中
just
は
had for
大変
Pragmata,
嬉
but
しく
for
思って
RESI9
い
I'll
ま
be
す
happy today, I think.
また先日イヤー3に登場するキャラク
And
タ
then
ー
if
の
it doesn't get
ラインナッ
announced
プ
for
も
PSVR2 ever, I'll still play it in flat.
イヤー
Like,
3では
I've been converted into a Resi fan now, so
クリムゾン
it's gonna happen, no matter what.
そして
I do need to get back to playing like the older games though, because I've only played 7, 8, and 4 remakes, so we've got a long way to go. I'm currently stuck into Persona 5 at the moment, and that's taking up a lot of my time. VR mode come with PS6, that would be a while. My heart says yes, my mind says no. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling as well, man.
Hey, come on, let's go!
What's going on here? What's this game? VR all the way every day or no play. See, I'm not quite on that. Like, I still love my flat screen games sometimes, you know. There's something about the intricate animations of flat screen games with your character interacting with the world. and just so much detail that you can't quite get in VR to the same extent, on the same scale. Which is why I still love flat screen. But also, if it is in VR, I'm gonna play it in VR, obviously, because like the immersion trumps that. But if it is only flat, I will still play it. You know, we modded for VR on PC. That's true. Like, I could still play it on that, I guess, but yeah. They're going through all the rubbish first. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Pragmata look cool, though. Is this Street Fighter, I assume, with this massive hulking human? I'm pretty sure they just said Street Fighter as well. I've not been paying attention. Yeah, Street Fighter 6. I know. Yeah, Street Fighter 6. Okay. I'm starting to come back to traditional gaming, wherein the headset can get tedious. It's in summer, man, really, for me as well, yeah. Like,
the Emperor of
it's a bit
Muay
hot.
Thai, Sagat, is ready for battle.
You great to see old games remade like Dino Crisis in VR. Yeah, David, it would. I forget in the chat somebody said Dino Crisis remake would be perfect for VR, and I agree with that. And I'm a sucker for any dinosaur stuff, so I'm gonna be fully on board with that.
To prepare for Sagat's release.
Anyone else get, oh god, I can't say words. Anyone else excited for the Little Nightmares 3 in the VR game? Little Nightmares 3.
Premium rewards
I'm a little bit iffy on. I don't know. I feel like Supermassive are trying to replicate Tarsia's vibe, if that makes sense, and I don't think they've quite got it. And story-wise, I'm not sure if I'm sold. It's Tarsia's Reanimal, though. I'm fully on board with that, but I will play Little Nightmares 3, of course. The VR game, though, it looks like we might be taking on 6 while she's in the tower, like her mental state. Because you had the wind-up music box, and you had the halls of the tower. That could be really cool. So I'm excited for that. That looks more Little Nightmares-y than Little Nightmares 3 does, in my opinion. Hopefully it comes to PSVR2, though.
As well as art and effects to use with the game's
then regret playing RESI9 flat first, like Resident Evil Village. Yeah, if it was announced for PSVR2, I'd wait. But if it's not at all, then I'm going to play flat, you know.
Please check it out. Finally, we have information about the long-anticipated Outfit 4 content.
There's something special about the Resi series, Jammy. You should play Resi 2 Remake. It's incredible as well. I wonder if that's on the Steam sale right now. Maybe I should pick it up.
Cammy.
So, yeah.
Luke.
I'll get around to it. I need to finish Cyberpunk, and I need to finish, what's it called? Persona. I barely fucking started Persona. I say barely started, I'm 10 hours in, but from what I see, that's quite early game still.
We're continuing work.
Would you get a Decade headset, the Valve one? That's in the next headset you'll get.
And of course,
maybe. It depends. Like if it's got like native 3D support for games, like Steam can do 3D for games. If that's a thing, I'll be like, yeah. And it depends on the price too, I guess. But I'm excited for that. I'm kind of excited for the Steam Deck 2 more than that, though, to be honest, because I love my Steam Deck, and I wish it was a bit more powerful. So in a couple of years when Steam Deck 2 comes around, I'll definitely be more excited for that, I'd say. But yeah, maybe the Decade, maybe. Your dino knowledge was pretty impressive when you played Walkabout. I do love my dinosaurs. I was a dinosaur kid. I've even got hang on, let me grab it. I've got a little like brachiosaur on my desk that just sits there. I've got a lot of Pokemon on my desk as well. I've got a Drifloon hanging onto my microphone stand. I don't know if I can lift that. I can't. Okay, there you go. That didn't really work. But yeah, when I was in Japan, I just got so many Pokemon as well. But dinosaurs, I think when I was little, I loved it. Hello, Stocky VR. You didn't really miss anything, though. Bit of Street Fighter, bit of Pragmata. Same Dominic, nothing really missed too badly. Not a fan of the AI voiceovers. Is this AI? It just sounds like a really kind of stale human. I don't know how else to put it. Resi 3 Remake is very good. Are there any Resi games that I should avoid for a bad impression?
Check the Capcom eSports website.
Anyone else get a Switch 2? I've really got to handhelds, and now I have Portal, Steam Deck OLED, and Switch 2. You're the king of handhelds, it looks like. I didn't, though. I was tempted, but there just aren't really too many games that I want to play on it that I can't play on my Steam Deck, if that makes sense. But it looks slick, though. Like, look at this. Look at that. That's cool. Cool design. Hot day flat, cold day VR. Agreed. Because VR warms you up in a cold day, you know? What's everyone's standout jump scare moments on Resi 1? I haven't played it yet, so I'll let you know when I get around.
You can also use
I just got
new
the dock
features
for
of the
my
Switch 2
deck.
and play
So you
using
like
mouse
sit it on
controls.
the thing, and it like connects to a TV like the
Have
Switch
fun
does.
playing with the
I've got
controls
like
you
an
want.
adapter. Oh, it's somewhere on my table for like
Compatible with handheld
USB for my
mode.
MacBook.
You can
Because
enjoy
my
the game
MacBook's a Thunderbolt
anytime,
one, so that
anywhere.
works on my Steam Deck, so I can stream to a TV. But I don't have a dock for it. I feel like that'd be quite cool though. Yeah. Was there not a VR arcade version of Street Fighter in Japan? Probably. I didn't see one when I was there.
Kunitsu-Gami,
I know it's a
Path of the
couple of
Goddess
arcades,
is
but
available now.
probably. Little Nightmares in VR will be a hit or miss, but I'm excited.
action and
Agreed. It can either be
strategy is
great,
further
and they
enhanced
can really
with the
nail
new
the scale,
extra
or they can
content.
completely fuck up the canon and the
Otherworldly
gameplay.
venture,
And that's what I'm
added
scared about,
to
is messing
all
up kind
available
of
platforms.
the mystery of Little Nightmares. For the new installments, the VR game, for the new book, for the audio series, for the TV show, for the new game, like the new flat game. I'm just scared that they'll mess with it when they don't need to. Because Little Nightmares on its own, so far the story is it's scary, it's mysterious, and the mysteries are kind of satisfying to ponder on. They're not something that I'm really dying to know. They mean more when you just infer what the meaning is. And I just hope they leave that mystery a little bit in terms of what the driving forces of the world of Little Nightmares are. So I'm a little scared for the new games, the new content. I feel like the more information we get about that world, the less I find it intriguing.
Following its
I guess that
initial
makes
release
sense.
on July 19th last year, Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the
I'm about
Goddess
10
will
hours
celebrate
into Death
its
Stranding 1.
one-year
I'm not sure I'm going to
anniversary
finish
next
it. It's
month.
not a game for everybody from what I've heard, yeah. I've not played it myself.
We have
The new one
prepared a
looks great
small
though.
token of our appreciation
Yeah.
for the many fans who have played the game.
Just complete the Midnight Walk game. No, just complete the Midnight Walk again. Top 10 game for me. I see that. Like, Midnight Walk, I love. Start to finish, I loved it. It was a perfectly made, like, it felt like it was made for me. You know? So I get that. I use the dock on my monitor as I don't have a PC anymore, so it's perfect. That's awesome. It's just like a little Linux PC, right?
That changes
That's sick.
some music in the main game to 8-bit style.
Tempted with the Switch 2, but I prefer OLED screen. Yeah, like my Steam Deck OLED, fucking insane. Like, that screen is so nice. I did, like, my new monitor that I just got today is an OLED. I was tempted, but they're just a bit expensive for monitors like this, so I just went with a 1440p, 180 Hz MSI monitor, which I'm loving so far. It looks great.
To both new and
But
existing
yeah,
players.
OLED on the Steam Deck. Oh my
Please
god,
look forward
so
to the
nice.
update coming
It's so
soon.
nice. It's OLED, all the micro OLED panels that are in like the VR glasses, AR glasses as well are great. And the Apple Vision Pro, like OLED is amazing. I mean, we all know that. Fucking PSVR2's OLED, what am I saying? Like, it's just amazing. And the Steam Deck's like that, you know. So when OLED Switch 2 comes around, I might be tempted about that as well.
Next, please take a look at today's lineup of Capcom titles.
Capcom titles. Is this what we're going to be seeing today?
Action and fighting games make their
No.
returns, including the legendary Capcom
Death Stranding 2
versus
Game of the Year, so
SNK
amazing. Have you
series.
finished it, Stocky? That was quick.
Enjoy training mode and a gallery featuring
Bloody hell.
sounds and artwork, as well as
I could sit and
easy-to-use
watch
one-button
Death Stranding though.
specials.
It's stunning. Yeah, like visually, it looks
Capcom
nuts.
Fighting Collection 2 is available now.
I'm waiting for Thief VR. I can't wait to be a sneaky
Reclaim your
thief. Me
destiny.
too. Be my first Thief game. So
A remaster
yeah.
from the Swordplay action series.
I'm playing Switch 2
Onimusha.
docks with an OLED. Does look good. Yeah, like OLED screens are
memorable
nuts.
cast of characters returns to weave their deep and
I use
complex
MSI
tale
Claw
anew.
8 AI Plus as my daily machine. I've heard good things
Experience
about the
the
MSI
classic graphics
handhelds.
and
For me,
gameplay
ROG was also
refined
another
for
option
modern
before I went with my
consoles.
Steam Deck. And I did check out the MSI options. They're just quite expensive for me, but you get what you pay for, I feel, with
Samurai's
those.
Destiny is available now.
Steam Deck OLED while playing Cyberpunk on GeForce Now is
Onimusha,
chef's kiss.
Way of the Sword.
Ooh, Onimusha
The
was
next
cool.
entry in the Swordplay action game series is coming in
Yeah,
2026. Set in early
I did try a bit of
Edo
GeForce Now on my Steam Deck.
the protagonist,
It's really cool.
Miyamoto
Works really well.
Musashi will face his formidable rival,
Midnight Walk is so
Sasaki
washed out,
Gami.
so damn stuttery, and has
Now
no
with
touch
the clash
sensing grip,
between
but I
them
cannot play it.
unfold.
I didn't find the touch sensing grip was too bad because you don't really hold too many items like for long. But yeah, I kind of get what you mean. But for me, it was just such a great game that I didn't really care.
Monster Hunter Wilds is on sale for the first time.
Inside on the deck OLED is amazing. I might get Little Nightmares 2 on Steam. It's £2 in the summer sale. If you've not played Little Nightmares 1, get that first because it's the same. It'll give you a lot of context.
Make sure to check out other Monster
But Little
Hunter
Nightmares
games.
looks great on OLED. Like fuck, it's the darks so
In
nice.
celebration
Inside
of
as well,
the
I imagine.
horror series' latest
Oh,
thrilling
oh,
news.
oh.
Resident Evil games are on
They're
sale
on sale.
at great prices. But that's not all.
Apologies if I'm disconnected. I am from half of this stuff. I'm just waiting for Resi. If anyone wants me to shut off if a game comes up they like, please tell me to do so.
And more are on sale too.
I got a DAC 512GB OLED refurb for $349. Yeah, I got the same model but new, I think. I was looking for a refurb but they weren't in stock at the time where I was buying them, so I just thought fuck it. But I would have got a refurb if I could. Oh. RESI9 baby, here we go. Ah, thank you, Scott. Yeah, everyone smash the like button if you feel so inclined. Here we go, guys. I'm going to move myself up so you can get the subtitles. There I am. This looks stunning. This is when I knew it was Resi, this shot.
それ自体がもっとやりたい、遊びたいっていう中毒性を持つ。そこに徹底的にフォーカスしてみたら怖いけどゲームとしても楽しい、そういうのが作れるんじゃないかなっていうのがレクイエムの出発点でした。
Fuck that.
バイオハザードレクイエムは、シングルプレイかつ、オフラインのゲームとなっています。バイオハザードで一番重要なのは恐怖体験だと思うんですけれども、今作においてはその恐怖体験というところにしっかりとフィーチャーした内容に仕上がっているんじゃないかなと思ってます。
今回の主人公は FBI 捜査官グレイス・アッシュクロフト。内向的で怖がり、バイオハザードとしては割と新しいタイプのキャラクターを作ろうとしています。プレイヤーと同じ目線で一緒になって怖がれる、こういうキャラクターを狙っています。物語の中にもちろんPSVR2 FBI 捜査官なので銃の扱いも慣れてますし、冷静な推理力とかも発揮しつつ活躍するキャラクターになってます。レオンを主人公にしようっていうのは実はずっとあったんですけども、どうしてもレオンを使ったバッチバチのホラーっていうのが割と難しくて、落ちてきたバケツにびっくりするとか、そういうレオンってそんなみんな見たくないやろっていうところで、じゃあホラーと食い合わせ悪いよなっていうのがやっぱりありましたけど。
Talk about VR. Do it.
ファーストトレーラーご覧になって分かるように、グレース自身がすごいいろんな目に遭うんですね。PV で断片的には入ってるんですけれども、逆さずり一つとっても顔の赤らみ、高揚感であったりとか、うっ血してる表現、あとは髪の毛もかなり力を入れてまして、自分たちでスタッフと一緒にプロの方を呼んで実際にウィッグを使ってそこからシミュレーションして CG に落とし込んだりとかもしています。
バイオハザードレクイエムはですね、一人称視点と三人称視点2つの視点で自由に切り替えながら遊ぶことができます。主観視点だとその恐怖を間近に感じることができて、緊張感のある臨場感のあるゲームプレイっていうのが可能になります。三人称視点だとキャラクターの肩越しでの視点というところでアクション、そういったところがよく見えるゲームプレイになると思いますので、アクションが好きだなって思う方には三人称視点の方がおすすめです。
滅菌作戦以降30年近く経つんですけども、ゲームの舞台として登場します。
その当時アンブレラ事件っていうのでシリーズがヒットして、それ以降もさまざまなキャラクターたちが、いろんなラクーンシティで起きた事件をきっかけに立ち向かっていくようになったり、人間成長したり、そこに今回この表現のメスを入れるっていうのが作り手としてはやっぱりかなり緊張感を持って臨ませてもらったっていうのが大きかったですね。
ラクーン事件に関わった、もしくはラクーン事件に巻き込まれて大きく人生を変わってしまったり、命を落としてしまったりと、そういった登場人物がたくさん出ます。レクイエムは彼らに向けての言葉通り鎮魂であり、もっと言うとバイオハザードシリーズ、ラクーン事件、アンブレアをきっかけに生まれたシリーズのある種一つの区切りという意味でレクイエムというタイトルをつけています。
バイオハザードレクイエムは2026年2月27日に発売予定です。2026年3月にバイオハザードシリーズ30周年を迎えます。30周年記念タイトルの名に恥じぬようなゲームとして本作リリースしたいなというふうに思っております。
Yeah, no PSVR2.
レスの母親は
大きく方針を転換してですね、
実写映画を目指すというところで
Further interviews with the creators that didn't fit into today's presentation will be released today on the Resident Evil portal. Register your Capcom ID to see the rest.
What does that mean?
ラクーンシティっていうところは基本触っちゃいけないもんだと。
Get ready, hunters. The guild has authorized a new Monster Hunter showcase for you.
Okay, is anyone very excited for Monster Hunter, or can we talk about some of that Resi stuff? Because I think that might be me sorted for this showcase.
皆さんこんにちは。モンスターハンターワイルズプロデューサーの辻本です。
Because personally, I'd like to go through and have a look at some of this gameplay.
今日はタイトルアップデート第2弾の情報をディレクターたちと一緒にご紹介したいと思います。それではご紹介いたします。
That would have been the time to announce VR, yeah. I mean, it's not the biggest, you know, bad thing in the world. It's not here right now. But it looks like these like first-person sections look VR compatible, right? And it doesn't look like an open world game. There will be another RE9 announcement today. You think so? We'll watch the rest then. We'll watch the rest. Leave it on low volume just in case. Cool. Yeah. We can talk about the Resi stuff. So. We'll look at the gameplay in a minute. It seems a bit split, so we'll look at the gameplay after show maybe. Or, I mean, there wasn't that much new. The main thing for me was that like really slender-looking creature that seems to be roaming the halls. But all the stuff that we've seen there, right, looks VR compatible. We've got small areas to traverse. Of course, Raccoon City is bombed. It's massive, but you know, it seems doable. It doesn't seem open world properly. It seems semi-open world at the most, like the other, like Resi 8. But again, we haven't seen most of the game. Like that seems like one area, and Resi 8 had many areas. Resi 7 had like quite a lot of variety as well. So yeah, so did Resi 4. So what the fuck is going on? You know what, the RE portal thing? I might have a quick look myself on my second tab here. While this goes on. I doubt they'd talk about VR there or anything like that, but there is a portal website where you can have a look at some upcoming news, I think. If it's VR, I'll buy it day one, me too. I don't know if I'll buy it day one if it's not. I'll buy it eventually if it's not, but okay, the Resi portal is not working for me, so we'll put a pin in that. It's plausible that RESI9 won't get VR, but it would be weird. Yeah, I don't know, yeah. I'm a bit in two minds on it, because in one side of it, I think that it will, and one side I think that it won't. And it depends on the day, to be honest. I literally bought PSVR2 for Resi 4. I had Pico 4 before. How was the Pico headset, by the way? I get very interested in other platforms. Comfort, especially. This could be such a VR seller. Yeah. Maybe silly not to, but we've seen Sony make silly decisions in the past, so... possible they make another. I'm fucking cooking in here. It's so hot. Until the release, there'll be enough opportunities where they could announce it. Let's just wait and hope for the best. That's what I think, yeah. Will be announced at Sony State of Play. Yeah, agreed. I think Sony will be the ones to do it. But I kind of got what I wanted from this showcase of it. You know, the short little trailer that they had. Is more on like the enemies and stuff. And also the perspective of character, because yeah, we're going to be a lot more scared. Less so than, I guess Ethan was quite scared by things, but he also was quite capable. Whereas this is a scared character, like more scared than Leon, so we're going to be more horror focused. But yeah, plenty of time for it to be announced. I think we have brought down the portal bitmap, but yeah, I think it's broken. I did try, but it ain't working. Yeah, at least seems a lot of people bought PSVR for Resident Evil, which is fair, so they should keep doing this. Completely out of left field. Have any of you played Assassin's Creed Shadows? Because I'm considering picking it up. Was it any good? Let me know. Really random question. I don't think Resi is a system seller. I don't think Resident Evil is the system seller most think it is. Otherwise, Resi9, otherwise Resi 4 and Resi 8 would have moved the needle more. Horror is niche, sadly. I think within horror, Resi isn't really niche. But yeah, I do get what you mean. But again, like, Resident Evil's a big franchise, man. And it's very anecdotal, but most people that I know who have bought PSVR2 have bought it for Resident Evil. Or PSVR 1. I know some people who bought PSVR 1 to play Resident Evil 7 in VR as well. Hoping the Decade is announced this year and that it's standalone and can run Half-Life Alex, but also connect to a PC for enhanced VR. That would be the dream, wouldn't it? Ready for the Decade. Pico 4 was my first headset, was great, although sold it for a Quest 3 for exclusives. Games are what sell headsets, exactly, and that's why we should get RESI9, because it would sell a headset. My bet is we get VR eventually, but maybe a few months after launch, and it'll come to Steam too, as Capcom's deal with Sony has ended. That would be an okay eventuality, I think, to be honest, if we got it on Steam and PSVR 2. I could see that. It doesn't look like RESI9 is continuing directly from the end of Resi 8, which I'm disappointed, to be honest. I kind of felt like Resi 8 ended off with, like, it wrapped up in all in a neat bow, to be honest. But yeah, where would you have liked to have seen that story go, Isocades, if it was like kept going and not wrapped up? Anyone excited for VR Rider SPK out tomorrow? I do not have access to that game just yet. I should tomorrow if all goes well, and then I'll try and get something up Saturday maybe. Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm looking forward to it though. Sony people are too scared to play Resident Evil in VR at all. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a fair point. Assassin's Shadows, I feel, is the best one in a long time. It helps that I love Japan. It captured a really good, nice difference between the two characters in gameplay too. That's exactly what I wanted to hear, to be honest, James. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Because like when coming back from Japan, Shadows came out as soon as I went to Japan, and visiting a lot of the shrines, visiting like Himeji Castle, Osaka, it's made me want to go revisit it virtually in a game, and yeah, I think I'll pick it up. I just want to explore the areas, to be honest. Everyone's excited for VR Rider, hell yeah. Oh, thanks for recommending Hitman VR. Dragging people out in VR is weirdly funny. Yeah, I love doing the motion of like with the orbs, with the controllers. Well, didn't Chris not mention BSA Europe HQ at the start of Resi 8, so I was hoping to see what he was going to do. We can see that in a spin-off, I guess, like what Chris was up to. Resi 7 gave me night terrors. That was, honestly, that kitchen demo on PSVR 1, when I played that when I was like 12 or 13, was the worst thing ever. It was so horrific. I wouldn't recommend playing it if you're a child, like I was. Not a fun time. Not a fun time. It's a shame they tuned Resi 8 down after too many people complained about Resi 7 being too scary. I feel like they're turning that back up for the new one though, right? This new, like RESI9 Requiem looks properly scary. The baby is literally unplayable for me. Yeah, like there are certain segments of Resi 8 for me was really scary. Like the whole baby house from start to finish just fucked me up. I hate like deep water, so what was his name? The fish dude. Is it Moroi? That's a ghost type in Phasmophobia. Moreau. That freaked me out as well. Lady D not so much. I had a couple moments where she jump scared me and that really got me. I remember it's in my Let's Play of the game. When you're going out to open a door in a new area and she fucking bursts out, that messed me up. But yeah, Resi 7 was worse. In terms of scares. I'm going to end this poll, by the way. Put your votes in now, actually. I'll end the poll in a minute. We already know the answer because it's not announced tonight. So it's either got to be yes or no, not announced tonight.
You'll get it after fully reinforcing the Rarity 8 weapon.
Got my PSVR 1 in late 2017. I remember spending hours playing VR Worlds and all the demos, including Kitchen. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, that's one thing we're missing on PSVR 2 is a little bit. It's like either demos that you download like Kitchen or demo discs. Because on PSVR 1 you had demo discs where you could go and you could play like a level or two of certain games. They'd be included in like a thing you could download. We need that. But it's up to, I think it's up to Sony to really put this together, right?
And in the character display tab, you'll be able to hide your handler, Palico, Sacred.
My mate has been to Japan many times, showed him Shadows, and the shrines and Kofu's are really cool. He said they captured old Japan really good. Yeah, I just want the vibe, really. I'm definitely like planning to revisit Japan next year, maybe. But yeah, traveling is kind of what I enjoy a lot of the time. So everything that I kind of work for goes to travel. So Japan hopefully next year again. But between now and then, playing Assassin's Creed might be the closest thing I get. And a Persona. VR support is likely going to come down to how busy the developers are with other projects. I'm sure they want to make a VR version, but it's likely not a priority. I didn't really think about that. Yeah, like, how do you structure that in terms of hierarchy of what you want to make as a studio? What's going to make you money? If Resi developers are on different projects, then maybe you can't pull enough together to make a VR mode. Did consider that. Maybe that means it will come after launch if they have more time to do it, right? I got my friend to play Help Wanted 2 at my house. He screamed so loud the neighbors heard him. Is Help Wanted 2 that scary? I feel like Help Wanted 1's more scary than that. Oh no, I guess Help Wanted 2 has sister location, right? I remember being scared by that as a kid. I love the Monster Heat creature designs, but need all in my VR. I need all my gaming in VR now. Yeah, Monster Hunter would be a cool one. In VR. They tested people's reactions on the Kitchen demo, and because of the feedback, they decided to do VR for RESI9. Really? Is that why? That's cool. I'm confused though. On one hand, hearing Capcom's enthusiasm for VR and doing wonders with Village of 4, yet this reticence? I'm not familiar with that, what that word means. For releasing RESI7 onto PSVR 2 and no announcement for RESI9. I mean, I can infer what that word means. It's not one I've heard in a while. Yeah. It's a tough one. They do enjoy the whole process of making it. But I guess it's wherever the money goes, right? Outlast not being in VR is criminal. Fuck you for wanting Outlast. I don't want to do that shit. I'm joking, by the way. Of course. But yeah, if you want Outlast, I hope it happens for you. I will not be playing that. That is too much. Oh shit, Super Nintendo Chalmers with the $2 tip. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Fuck, man. Every time I do any sort of stream, people are so generous. Thank you. Oh, my camera's died. My camera's so... Okay. The dono was so good, my camera has turned itself off. I'm going to reset it. I'm just frozen in your corner now, aren't I? Off and on again. Off. On. Come on now. Are we back? Oh no! Yeah, we're back! Yay! Anyway, my camera's getting really hot. I think it genuinely is boiling in this room, so that's probably why. If I freeze again, that's why. But thank you so much, Super Nintendo Chalmers. That's so kind. Your dono is so powerful, it turned my camera off. And it probably will happen again soon. So let's hope this wraps up quickly, so I don't have to deal with that again. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for Super Nintendo Chalmers in the chat. Strange Sony releasing that Climate VR app when we're crying out VR games from them. It is odd. They're like kind of laughing at us a little bit. Whatever. I can't really get pissed off by anything at this point. Like, I enjoyed the little climate experience. I just wish they put that money elsewhere. Honestly, at this point, the only thing I worry about RESI9 and Pragmata being 1080p upscaled to 4K on PS5 Pro and 1080p upscaled to 4K looks awful on a 55-inch 4K TV. I'm on the same setup. I've got a 55-inch. And yeah, I do notice that, like, with some of the... I think Space Marine 2 runs 1080p upscaled, and it doesn't look amazing. So I double-dipped and I bought it on PC, and now I run it at native 1440, and it looks great. But I hear you on that. I love talking technical things, even though I'm still learning all the time. I don't know everything, and I wish I did. But yeah. I would buy Outlast VR, but I wouldn't play it. Exactly, I'd buy it for support. Be like, good, you're doing a cool thing, but I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Fuck! Andrew Ehrenreich, you're at work, man. You're sending fucking memberships. Alejimbe DTY Underground Stranger Gamecat has received a gift membership from Andrew Ehrenreich from his massive curiosity. Curiosity? Generosity. I can't speak. Let's see if this donut breaks my fucking camera as well. Thank you so much, man. That's so kind of you. I hope work isn't too bad, and I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you've done that. That's so. Yes, that's super generous, man. But yeah, we got Super Nintendo Chalmers, and we got Andrew Ehrenreich. Just absolutely, just being incredible here. Did I hear that Capcom were worried Resident 7 was too scary, or is that a myth? I think they did consider it, right? I think someone in the chat said that a little while ago, but I don't know how seriously they really take that. Missed the whole thing because of work, no VR, no VR. We did get some more gameplay though. I will come back to this point in the stream now, but I'll just show Andrew Ehrenreich. Where are we at? Right here. There's a fucking some gameplay here that looks very VRable, you know what I mean? Like this looks VRable, right? Andrew Ehrenreich. Third and first person. There's a really fucking horrendous monster in this game as well that I'm not looking forward to. But yeah, it does look very VRable, but it's not VR yet. But we did get some more gameplay, some more insights into why they didn't choose Leon as a main protagonist in this game as well, because they said it wouldn't be scary enough because he's not really scared by things. Yeah. Hello Paris, well, welcome. Yeah, I am. I stream from time to time. Not very often. Resi is supposed to be scary? Yeah. I wish it wasn't for me. But it is. I think the fact that RESI9 is available in the first person is definitely a good sign. Agree, they could have just made it third, right? It's a 50-50 if they get the Resi 4 remake treatment. I bet they're bargaining with Sony and dangling it. Yeah, I could see that, man. I really could. Anyone watch 28 Years Later? Yeah, I can't wait for the sequel in January. I haven't. I'm intending to see it. But yeah, today was at the IMAX for Formula 1 rather than 28. Just back from watching 28 Years, thought it was great. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of stuff like that. I've been hearing some good sentiments. Is this still Monster Hunter? Are we still on Monster Hunter? It's been about 30 years. I wish developers would see the potential of covering more flat games to, or converting more flat games to VR. On PC, there are a lot of great experiences made by modders like Valheim, Outer Wilds, etc. Yeah, like, I guess it takes a lot more QA, right? To make a VR experience up to scratch for something like PSVR2, you know, you've got to go through and you've got to make sure that it's on point, it works, nothing breaks, because you're charging money for it. And that is the happy hunting. That is what that process. That's why it takes a lot of money and resources and time, among other things, because they want to make it as good as possible. Whereas with the mod, if it's free, things can break, things can be weird and janky, and you're not charging anyone for it, so it's fine, you know. Well, that was us, everybody. I'm going to put it on mute, and we'll be having a survey. I thought it was about to be news then. Let's whack it on the RESI9 stuff while we wrap this up. Thank you all for coming, though. Soprano, you've lost your $10 bet, unfortunately. There was no Resi 1 remake. I wish. Hello, Dead Ringer, you've come at the end, but I welcome. No PSVR2 announcements, Jason RS, unfortunately. But we did get some more gameplay and some more stuff that you're seeing on screen right now, which looks really good. Like, this looks fucking fantastic. Look at that. Appreciate your constant support for PSVR 1 and 2. Been watching your channel grow, my go-to channel. Thank you, Disco. Honestly, it's just because I just enjoy making videos on VR. I enjoy playing VR. And I enjoy this sort of thing. I enjoy the community here. Like, it's as simple as that. So you're the reason that I'm doing this. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. I think we'll wrap it up probably there. It's like 11:45 here in midnight in the UK. I will be tomorrow. I won't be streaming earlier or later. It's probably going to be a while till the next stream, but I will be on Without Parole. So I will be on Brian's show tomorrow. Probably, I think it's 11 PM UK time usually. So I'll be there. I'll be chatting away essentially about some of this stuff as well. So come and join us then. And look out for the Cross Button episode next week. I'll be on that podcast. Looking forward to that as always. It's always fantastic to be on with Games with T, talking about VR stuff. And I think if you go over to the Cross Button VR Twitter and other socials and their Discord. You can send some questions in for me to answer. So if you want to send in some really uncomfortable questions for me to answer on their show, go and do that at the Cross Button VR is the name of the podcast. So there's an opportunity for you to ask me questions that they'll then answer. Ask me, and then I'll answer. I mean, my brain is broken, can you tell? But thank you all for joining me today. I'll see you all tomorrow on Without Parole. Goodbye, guys.